I grew up in a family that was heavily into modified vehicles. My dad had a 76 Chevy Vega that we took to WIR, our local drag strip, when I was a kid. My uncle had modified semi-trucks that he put into like truck shows all around the country, won tons of awards, donated a lot of money to charity for that. I don't know, it was basically my dad letting me hold the flashlight when I was a kid, being able to help him learn how to do an oil change on his truck, or we were working on his modified semi-truck we called the Battle Cruiser, which was kind of like a mix of like a K20, Cummins engine. It kind of was a mix of a bunch of different parts. So it was pretty cool to see that you could basically make something out of nothing, out of scrap parts, buying 17 different scrap vehicles and making it into something that actually runs and drives. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I got into the vehicles and the car scene, was because of my dad and my family, and as well as one of my friends, Gretchen. She was the one that kind of maybe pushed me a little bit into volunteering for Wisconsin Car Enthusiast Club. It was probably the best time I've ever had, was volunteering and helping sell merch and just seeing all the cool cars. My name is Carissa, and I drive a 1996 Mazda Miata. I feel like my car will always be a project car. It'll always be kind of a work in progress. Right now, it's in the middle of being wrapped. It doesn't have a bumper. Just kind of a, I don't know. I feel like it's always on jack stands, or there's something always wrong with it, but I still love it no matter what. It's an older car. A lot of people you see have the newer cars that don't have anything wrong with them, where you buy something older, it's a project car, there's something gonna always be wrong with it, probably every time. Once you fix something, something else breaks. They've always been a cute little car for me. I mean, the NA Miata has the pop-ups like mine, and it smiles, and it just kind of makes everybody happy when you're looking at it driving down the road. I loved Miatas for probably around 5 or 6 years at this point, and that's how long I wanted one. My first car that I modified was a 2015 Hyundai Veloster. I mean, it had like a big wing on it, it had an exhaust, intake, blow-off valve, it kind of had little bolt-ons here and there, some cosmetic mods. It had wheels and tires and all that fun stuff. It was easy to learn on, even though it was a newer car, but I mean, I really liked it. It kind of taught me how to do things on my own versus just taking it to a mechanic or having a guy or a friend or the boyfriend do it or anything like that. So definitely was my like learning car, even though it was newer. Usually people buy the older cars for learning, whereas I didn't. I guess going off of that, being a girl in the car community, like a female perspective has its ups and downs. Guys would tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about. They would go to my boyfriend or whoever, a guy was standing next to me, trying to tell me that I didn't know what I was doing, or that's not your car type of thing, which kind of sucked a little bit. There were times where I'd post online and people would either make fun of me or poke fun at me, saying that, oh, you're just a car girl, this isn't your car, you didn't build this, you don't know what you're talking about. So that was one of the biggest things, like as a female in the car scene in this day and age, you get a lot of positivity from all the kind of the thirstier guys that always want like to, get your attention and everything, but then you have the guys that actually are just kind of mean and rude and just don't really care. They think that girls shouldn't be in the car community, or they don't know what they're talking about, or they built it with daddy's money, or whoever the case is, or it's your boyfriend's car. That's what I've, dealt with the past couple of years. I have had a lot of positivity with, advice on the car and what to do and how to fix things on it if I break them, which is good, and yeah. Even in my job, I'd advise a customer of like wheel fitment for their vehicle, and they either A, wouldn't want to talk to me because I'm a girl, or B, they'd just refuse to take my advice and be like, well, I need to talk to a man or a guy in charge, because they didn't believe me when I would say, yeah, this will fit your vehicle. So that was always a hard part, especially just trying to advise customers like, no, I promise you, I've done research, I know what I'm talking about. They wouldn't believe me on that. So that was another one that just kind of gets under your skin a little bit, especially when you do know what you're talking about. You know, I am truly grateful for all the support I have had over the years with being a girl in the car community. However, it does have an ups and downs. I feel like everybody in the car community is always looking at a newer car or like a new car in the future anyway. If I were to keep the Miata in the next couple of years, I'd probably boost it, maybe completely turn it into a track car or an autocrossing car, maybe boost it or engine swap. Basically, if the Corvette engine blows, then we'll swap the LS into the Miata, but who knows at that point. But I really want an S2000. I know it's still a Miata, but it's definitely a nicer, newer Miata. Yeah, I like convertibles. I like to have like the wind in my hair, and it just, I don't know, whenever you see somebody driving a convertible, they look like they're having a great time and the sun's out and they're just loving life. And that's kind of why I bought it too, just because it makes me happy. If I had to give a piece of advice to a girl that wanted to join the car community, I would say do a lot of research and don't take the opinion of men too seriously, especially because on the internet you can't tell if they're joking or not sometimes. Do a lot of research. It's okay to ask for help. It's your build, it's not anybody else's. Don't build it for somebody else. Build it because you want to. Don't build it for your boyfriend. Don't build it for your guy friends. Do it because you like it and you want to do it. And that's what I did with mine. And some people don't like the body kit, some people don't like the wheels. I don't care. It's my car and I built it the way I wanted to, and I love it.